Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the lecture number 26 of Computer Applications with BlueJ Class 10. In this video, basically, we are going to discuss your unit number 5 that is divided into two parts, 5A and 5B. Okay, so these units are basically from your chapter number 1. So let us get started. Firstly, see what are all the contents we are going to see in this video. Directly we are going to jump on your exercise portion of 5th A. Why? Because 5th A is mostly about all the theoretical part. Okay, you must have learned in your 9th class the theory part is exactly the same and it is very common. Firstly, it is about James Gosling, about the introduction of Java, yes, features of Java that you already know, about the compilers, about how to use a package, about keywords, about output streams and the execution of BlueJ programs. It is very simple and you have done most of the part in your 9th class. Okay, so I'm just quitting out this part. You please try to read on by your own. In case you find any difficulty, then again let me know in the comment section below. So directly we are going to jump on the exercise portion of 5th A. Then we are starting 5th B with the inputs in Java. Okay, and the types we are going to see with examples. Types of basically input statements in Java we will see. Okay, then we are going to discuss about your errors as well as how many types of errors are there and what are the differences between those errors. Then comments in Java we will see, and at the last unit portion, exercise portion of your unit 5B, we are going to cover it up in this video. Okay, so directly jumping on to unit number 5A, please open your page number 46 for that. Okay, see the first one. First one is basically MCQs. Tick the correct answer. So the first question, a Java program developed and executed by the user without using web browser is known as web browser. आप किसमें use करते हैं? Two kinds of Java programs we are having. One standalone application and the other one is applet. Okay, applet में आप लोग web browser को use करते हैं. But see over here in the question it has been asked without using the web browser. So basically answer is A part, that is application. Okay, second question, who developed Java? Very common, it is James Gosling. Third one, Java virtual machine is it is what? It is your basically interpreter. Okay, Java virtual machine is what? It is an interpreter. Now see the fourth part. Java is a case sensitive language, which is the most appropriate statement with respect to this content. Case sensitive means what? Uppercase and lowercase, both are treated differently. Why both are treated differently? Because we are having different ASCII values for both of them. So for this one, A part is the correct answer, that is upper and lower case letters are distinguished. Next one, fifth one, which of the following package is needed to find the square root of a number? To find out the square root, we are having what? Math.square root. So basically you are having java.math for it. Okay, see the sixth one. Which of the following is not a Java reserved words? What are the Java reserved words? Java reserved words are basically known as your keywords. Okay, so over here we are talking about your keywords. So see the first one, private. It is a keyword, it is an access specifier. B part is also an access specifier. C part also keyword, but D part, this total, it is not a reserved keyword. Okay, so basically the answer is your D part. Last one, see the seventh one. The most suitable statement for BlueJ is what? First one, it is a window-based platform. Yes, it is a window-based platform. Yes. B part, it is a DOS-based platform. Yes, it is also a DOS-based one. And C part is, it is a window-based as well as DOS-based platform. So the answer is your C part. Okay, it is both window-based as well as your DOS-based. Now see the second part, basically fill in the blank. See the first one. The initial name of Java was, it is a very common question. Okay, from the 9th class onwards you are learning this one. The initial name of Java was Oak. O-A-K, Oak. Second one, dash converts source code to bytecode. The answer is your compiler. The compiler converts source code into bytecode. And what converts bytecode to your machine code? It is basically your interpreter. Okay, that interpreter is going to convert your bytecode into your machine code, but over here compiler converts the source code into your bytecode. Now see the third one, JVM is used to convert bytecode into machine code. Either you say it JVM or you say it interpreter, both are the same things. Okay, see the fourth one, Java is dash independent language. Java is a platform independent language. PLATFORM. Fifth one, Windows based Java platform is known as, it is basically your BlueJ. BLUE capital J. Sixth one, reserved words are also known as, they are known as your keywords. Seventh one, dash package is used for mathematical functions in Java. Very common, it is java.math. Okay, so these are the answers. Check it out once again. First one oak, second one compiler, third one bytecode, fourth one platform, fifth one BlueJ, sixth one keyword, and the last one java.math. Now the third part, you have to predict the output for the following snippet. Okay, basically यहाँ पर किस चीज़ पर फोकस करना है, यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन दिस एल एन एज वेल एज दिस एल प्रिंट एल एन एंड दिस प्रिंट. ओके, इस अकॉर्डिंग आपको आंसर देना है इसको एग्जीक्यूट करवाने के बाद लगातार. ठीक है, तो सी ओवर हियर माई नेम इज, इसके बाद एल एन है, सो यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द न्यू लाइन. एंड सी द सेकेंड वन, सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंट कुणाल किशोर. कुणाल किशोर आपका प्रिंट हो जाएगा, बट फॉर द नेक्स्ट वैल्यू, फॉर द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट आपका न्यू लाइन नहीं आएगी यहाँ पर, बिकॉज यहाँ पर न्यू लाइन नहीं है. ओके, और ये आई एम अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ क्लास 10th, ये आपका कंटिन्यूशन में ही प्रिंट हो जाएगा. नाउ सी दिस इज द आउटपुट दैट यू आर गोइंग टू गेट. ओके, see the next one, the second part, system.out.println. This is my first Java program. Ln is there, so in the next line you will be getting display the message, and this is not, we are not having the new line, so have fun is in the same line. This is how you are going to get the output for the second one. See the third one, system.out.println. India got independence. Ln. On all the three lines we are having new lines, so everything is on the new line over here. Fourth one, first one we are not having the new line, second one we are having the new line, so basically the answer will be in a single line. Okay, moving forward, you are having short answer questions. Now see the question number 1, name a Java package which is imported by default. It is java.lang. Okay, my dear students, the same chapter, the same parts, the same questions you have already done in your 9th class. That is why we are moving so fast over here. Okay, in case you find out any difficulty, then again please let me know in the comment section below. Okay, moving on to the second question, explain the significance of the following Java library package. Java.lang. See, it provides classes that are fundamental to the design of the Java programming language. Some of the important classes it contains are object, which is the root of class hierarchy, class, instances of which represent class at runtime, wrapper class, and mass class, which provides commonly used mathematical functions such as sine, cosine, square root, etc. See, basically it is a major package, java.lang. ये क्या करता है आपका, it contains everything about your object, about your class hierarchy. Okay, those are the two basic fundamental things. Yes, objects as well as the class. So it contains all the properties, all these important functions and classes about objects as well as classes. Furthermore, it also includes your mass class as well as your wrapper class in it. So that is why it is very much important, and it is imported by default. Okay, see the second one, java.io. IO stands for input and output, so it contains the classes that handle fundamental input and output operations in Java. See the third one, java.math. Java.math package provides classes for performing arbitrary precision integer arithmetic, big integer, and arbitrary precision decimal arithmetic. Now see what does this arbitrary precision integer arithmetic means. Integers में भी आपके काफ़ी सारे divisions होते हैं. Yes, divisions किस basis पर होते हैं. Either you are having long, either you are having short. Yes, byte. All these contained under integer, and under your precision decimal we are having float as well as double. Okay, now see mathematical library methods like min, max, abs, average, etc. are present in your maths class. Now moving forward to question number 3a. Question number 3a states what Java interpreter is called Java virtual machine, explain. Yes, now see over here the answer. Java virtual machine takes bytecode as an input and converts it into the machine code as one line at a time. This bytecode can be generated by compiling source code written in any JVM language like Scala, Kotlin, etc., not just Java. Hence, Java interpreter is called Java Virtual Machine. Now, see, please remember this figure over here. You are having this source code over here. Yes, and you are having this bytecode over here, and you are having this machine code over here. Yes, इन दोनों के बीच का conversion is done by compiler. Okay, and इन दोनों के बीच का conversion is done by interpreter. Okay, and this interpreter is also known as your JVM. Now, why it is known as your JVM? See, JVM takes this bytecode as an input and converts it into the machine code. Okay, अब ये जो आपका conversion होगा, yes, जो आपका conversion होगा, it can be converted from any Scala, Kotlin in any language. Okay, from any high level language आपका ये source code लेकर इसको convert कर सकता है. So that is why it is basically known as your interpreter. ओके, बिकॉज इट इज़ मशीन इंडिपेंडेंट. यहाँ तक कि सिर्फ मशीन डिपेंडेंसी रहती है आपकी जब आप सोर्स कोड लिखते हैं. ओके, वेदर यू आर राइटिंग ऑन ब्लूजे और एक्लिप्स और जिस पे भी आप लिखते हैं, तो दैट डिफाइंस अ कंपैटिबिलिटी विद योर सिस्टम कि आपको कौन सा वर्जन यूज़ करना है, all these things. Okay, but after you have converted this bytecode, it is basically your intermediate code, and your interpreter acts between your bytecode as well as machine code. So that is why आपका जो Java virtual machine और interpreter है वो आपस में interrelated होते हैं, and we can use them as a common thing. Okay, see the third B question. Name two ways of writing Java programs. Very simple, Java application or Java standalone application you can write down, and the second one Java applet. Fourth question, define the term source code. Source code क्या होता है आपका, जो आप BlueJ में लिखते हैं, likewise public static void main. This is basically your source code. So see, a set of statement written in a high level programming language like Java, C++, Python, etc. is called as source code. Now see the B part, machine code. Machine code क्या होता है, बिल्कुल लो लेवल की जो लैंग्वेज होती है आपकी, that is in your binary terms, 1 0 1 0 1 1 sequences of ones and zeros we are having. Okay, so this kind of code we are having in what, in your machine code. Now see, machine code is a low-level programming language. Instructions in machine code are written as a sequence of zeros and ones. It is directly understood and executed by the processor. Okay, C part, see it out. Bytecode. Java compiler converts Java source code into an intermediate binary code called bytecode. Bytecode can be executed directly on the processor. It needs to be converted into the machine code first. Yes, it is a middle portion जो आपका compiler आपको convert करके देता है, and it is the intermediate part. Yes, it is machine independent, and इसी की वजह से आपकी Java को machine independent language कहा जाता है. Okay. See the fifth question. What is BlueJ? What are the features of BlueJ? See, BlueJ is an integrated development environment for Java. It was created for teaching object-oriented programming to computer science students. Features of BlueJ includes a simple beginning-friendly graphical user interface to develop Java programs. It allows creating objects of class dynamically. See, my dear students, regarding this BlueJ and the features of BlueJ, you are also having these points within this chapter. Okay, so either you write down it from the chapter onwards or you write down from over here. Both are the same and both are right. Okay, see question number 6. Write down the syntax of output statements in Java with an example. Now two basically types of output statements we are having. One with your new line, second one without your new line. Okay, so see, first one we are having system.out.println. It is with the new line. Yes, so you please read it out the content over there also. It is very simple, you can directly understand this thing. The second one, see, print we are having, so we are not having the new line over here. Yes, so basically the difference is it of new line, nothing else difference is there. Now with an example we have to show it out. So for an example, see, over here new line is there, so Java stands for, after this we will be getting new line. For Java it is not new line, so in the same line we are having the cursor. Again for virtual in the same line, again for machine in the same line. So this is the output you are going to get in this kind of thing. Okay. Now moving on forward, question number 7. What is mean by Java reserved words? Name any 5 Java reserved words which are commonly used in Java programming. Now see, Java reserved words are basically what they are, your keywords, and keywords are having predefined meaning to the compiler. Yes, so in Java, a reserved word is a word that has a predefined meaning in the language. Due to this, reserved words can be used as names for variable, method, class, and any other identifier. Reserved words are also known as keywords. 5 commonly used Java keywords are. See my dear students, only 5 I have written it over here, but we are having a bundles of keywords now. So you can write down any 5, it depends on you, but those 5 should be the keywords. Okay, don't just write down anything from over there, anything you just pick it up and write it out over here. That should not be done. You can choose any 5, but those 5 should be your reserved words. Okay, moving forward, we are having the question number 8. Differences between output statements system.out.println as well as in print. Yes, so see the first one, it prints data to the console and places the cursor in the next line. It prints data to the console, but the cursor remains at the end of the data in the same line. Yes, next printing takes place from the next line, next printing takes place from the same line. Common both the things. Question number 9, a Java program uses a compiler as well as the interpreter. Explain. Yes, it is always better if with this example you give this figure over there. Yes, over here the compiler, over here the interpreter, and this is a source code, this is your byte code, and this one is your machine code. Okay, so better to give on this example from your this basically figure from your book. Okay, and you can write down this thing also, you can write down this thing from your own words also, but the meaning should not be changed. Yes, the meaning should be very clear. The last question number 10, write a package that is used for input output operations in Java. Basically that is your java.io. Okay, so now this is all about the exercise portion of your unit number 5A. I assume that you have already understood this 5A position, so you are having complete 1 month, so please read it on the chapter. We are having very simple 3 or 4 pages we are having, so you can give it a half an hour at the most and you are done with the chapter. Okay, moving forward, we are going to start our unit number 5B, that is basically inputs in Java. Yes, this is also you have studied in your 9th class, but over here let us have a quick view that what you have been studied over there also. Okay, so for if you talk about the inputs in Java, basically we are talking about the input statements, the ways in which we can take the inputs. Okay, so over there we have studied about the 4 ways in which we can take the inputs. Yes, those are using function argument, using input stream reader, using scanner class, and using command line argument. Yes, so basically these are the 4 ways in which you can take the input from the console. Okay, if it has been asked in the question that you have to take the input using function argument, then it is mandatory कि आपको यही वाला option use करना पड़ेगा. If it has been asked कि आपको you have to take an input from the console, just it has been written it from the console, तो आप इन चारों में से कोई भी option को choose कर सकते हैं. It is not mandatory to use any one of them. Okay, likewise आपसे ऐसा भी पूछा जा सकता है कि take 2 numbers from the user as an input using scanner class, so it is mandatory now to use this scanner class over there. Okay, getting the point. अगर आपको question में mentioned है कि आपको कौन सा way use करना है, then only you are just approach for that particular way. Otherwise आप उसमें से कोई सा भी approach use कर सकते हैं. So now let us study each of the way. See over here, the first one is function argument. Now my dear students, I hope you already know that our main, this one, public static void main is itself a function. Now see, focus over here, string arguments. Basically those are what? Those are your arguments. Yes, so over here when we are talking about function arguments, basically we are taking inputs from here. Yes, so आप क्या करते हो, यहाँ पर आप अपने integers को define कर लेते हो. No, it is not mandatory कि आप इसमें integer ही define करो. You can use float over here also, you can use double over here also, you can take one integer, one float, one double also, depends on you and your requirements. ओके, सो बेसिकली हम लोग क्या करते हैं, यहाँ पर आपकी जितने भी इनपुट्स होते हैं उनको डिफाइन कर लेते हैं. लाइकवाइज लेट अस अज्यूम अ क्वेश्चन इन विच आपको 2 नंबर्स इनपुट लेने होते हैं. सो writing out public static void main, and in the bracket you can write down int number 1 comma int number 2. We are writing why these 2 arguments, because we need only 2 numbers. If we need 3 numbers then we can write down 3, and if we need 4 we can write down 4. It depends on our requirement. Okay, now see the example regarding this. Program number 2, it is in your book again. Write a program to accept a number of days and display the results after converting into number of years and months and remaining number of days. Now see, we have to use function argument over here. Yes, now over here is a class See the function argument. We need to take a number of days as an input. Yes, so over here आप क्या करेंगे, आप यहाँ पर use करेंगे int a. You can write down int days, depends on you, any number of variable, any name of variable you can use. Now again let me remind you that over here in the question आपके पास mention नहीं है कि you have to use this function argument, but हम लोग यहाँ पर explain कर रहे हैं that how we are going to use this thing, this kind of way. So that is why we are doing this function argument over here. It is not mandatory in this question. ओके सो सी आपने ए को एक इनपुट ले लिया है. नाउ अगेन द सेम कॉन्सेप्ट विल बी देयर आफ्टरवर्ड्स कि आप पूरा लॉजिक अपना कॉमन लगाएंगे, बस जो अपना सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंट एल एन या स्कैनर या जो भी हम लोग वहाँ पर इनपुट के लिए यूज़ कर रहे थे, दैट इनपुट पोर्शन यू प्लीज स्किप इट आउट. एंड आपने क्या किया है, सिर्फ यहाँ पर बस एक चीज़ ये यूज़ कर ली है एंड यू आर डन विद द इनपुट पोर्शन. ओके, रेस्ट ऑफ द कोड विल बी सेम. नाउ सी हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू give basically the input to the computer, to your BlueJ. When you execute this program, you will be getting this kind of thing. जब आप public static void main को click करते हैं, then आपके पास एक इस टाइप का ऑप्शन आता है, and within this you are adding what, you are having this kind of thing. Yes, इस टाइप का कोई चीज़ होती है ना आपके पास. So now see, यहाँ पर क्या लिखा हुआ होगा, days dot main. Why days dot main? Because you are having days as a class name, okay, and you are accessing the main function. And over here see we are having int a, so we are accessing the value of a only. So आपको यहाँ पर इस टेक्स्ट बॉक्स में आपकी वैल्यू को मेंशन करना होता है. इन केस आपको दो फंक्शन आर्ग्यूमेंट लेने होते हैं, लाइक वाइज ए एंड बी, तो आपके पास यहाँ पर दो टेक्स्ट बॉक्स बनकर आते हैं. इन द फर्स्ट वन यू हैव टू मेंशन द वैल्यू ऑफ ए, इन द नेक्स्ट वन यू हैव टू मेंशन द वैल्यू ऑफ बी, एंड जस्ट हिट ऑन दिस एंटर बटन एंड आपका इनपुट वहाँ पर सेव हो जाता है. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू यूज अवर फंक्शन आर्ग्यूमेंट इन द क्वेश्चन. The second one, using input stream reader class. I think this class is very common over there also, and you already know that how to use this class. Now let us proceed very quickly. Firstly, you have to use this one. Yes, this package you have to import java.io.star. Yes, this thing you have to include in at the very first line of your program. Now see again, remember this I should be small, and after this star you have to include semicolon. Yes, now two lines you have to input, basically input stream reader read, you have to make an object for input stream reader, and with input stream reader we are using this buffer reader class also. Okay, so this read object is going as an argument in over here. यहाँ पर आप सिस्टम से रिसीव करेंगे इन इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर. यस, एंड यू आर स्टोरिंग द रिजल्ट इन रीड, एंड रीड से आप क्या करेंगे, बफर रीडर में स्टोर करेंगे. बेसिकली बफर रीडर इज़ योर टेम्पररी स्टोरेज एरिया. इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर में आपकी बाइट बाई बाइट आपका आता रहता है इनपुट. यस, बट वी डोंट वांट बाइट बाई बाइट काइंड ऑफ इनपुट, वो बहुत टाइम लगा देगा. दैट इज़ वाई वी आर यूजिंग दिस बफर रीडर, सो दैट वी कैन जस्ट take the cluster of your, take the bundle of your inputs and we can use it at a one throw. ओके, सो आप यहाँ पर क्या करते हो, बफर रीडर का एक ऑब्जेक्ट बनाते हो, एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स यू आर यूजिंग दिस इन ऑब्जेक्ट ओवर देयर एवरीवेयर जहाँ पर भी आपको यूज़ करना होगा. ओके, एंड येस, वन थिंग टू रिमेंबर ओवर इज ऑल्सो कि बफर रीडर और इनपुट रीडर को आप अगेन मर्ज कर सकते हैं. यू नो द वे दैट हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू मर्ज दिस थिंग. बफर रीडर यू कैन राइट डाउन ओवर हियर, आई एम राइटिंग द शॉर्ट फॉर्म, इन इक्वल्स टू new this buffer reader, and in this bracket instead of this read ये आपका complete आ जाएगा. ये complete thing will come over here and the semicolon. तो आपको दो लाइन लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. You are done with only a single line over here. Okay, now see we are having certain functions कि आप कैसे अपना इनपुट लेंगे. यहाँ पर in case you have to receive an integer, तो आप क्या करेंगे. येस, वन थिंग टू नोटिस ओवर हियर इज दैट जब भी आप कोई चीज़ इनपुट लेते हैं, देन प्लीज़ मेंशन बिफोर राइटिंग आउट द फंक्शन एग्जैक्टली कि आप क्या इनपुट करना चाह रहे हैं, सो दैट कि जब आप अपनी रन कमांड पर जाएं, जब आप अपना कंपाइल करें, सो आपको पता लग जाए कि what kind of value you are going to give, okay, or what kind of value the computer, basically the BlueJ is expecting from you. So that is why we are writing the system.out.println enter a number. Okay, so any we are using as a variable, and integer dot parseInt. My dear students, please notice one thing कि आपके कंप्यूटर में, आपके BlueJ में बेसिकली जब जावा प्रोग्राम्स लिखते हैं आप, तो जो भी इनपुट आता है दैट इज़ बेसिकली इन द स्ट्रिंग फॉर्मेट. ओके, आपका स्ट्रिंग फॉर्मेट में इनपुट आता है, एंड देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स आप उसको कन्वर्ट करते हो किसी भी डेटा टाइप में. लाइकवाइज आपके पास एक स्ट्रिंग डेटा टाइप का इनपुट आएगा. यस, अगर आप नंबर भी इनपुट करा रहे हो तो सबसे पहले स्ट्रिंग डेटा टाइप आएगा, एंड देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स आपका उसको पार्स किया जाता है इंटीजर डॉट पार्सइंट में. ओके, आपका फ्लोट है तो वी आर कन्वर्टिंग इट इनटू इन फ्लोट डॉट पार्स फ्लोट, डबल है तो डबल डॉट पार्स फ्लोट. ओके, एंड दिस अबाउट रीड लाइन एंड रीड. व्हाट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट? सी, रीड लाइन क्या करता है, आपका कंप्लीट लाइन रीड करता है. बट व्हाट अबाउट रीड? रीड आपका एक वर्ड एट अ टाइम रीड करता है. ओके, सो ओवर हियर व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी आर बेसिकली कन्वर्टिंग दिस थिंग इनटू कैरेक्टर. नाउ if I ask you that what kind of conversion is over here, basically over here is your explicit type conversion. Okay, so such kind of question may also came. Getting? Now whenever you want to accept a string, then there is no need to parse it into any other data type, because by default we are accepting our string. So basically this line you have to write it down over here. Okay, now see students, this is basically your sample program number 3. This program is from your book only. Okay, so we are learning over here that how we are going to use that input stream reader class. Okay, all the concept is same, every concept is related to the question, but over here we are discussing about how we are going to take an input. Okay, so see in these two lines, input stream reader, you have made an object read and you have been using this object over here when you are calling your buffer reader class. ओके, और ये जब आप इन ऑब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं तो जब भी आप किसी चीज़ को इनपुट कराएंगे, देन ओवर देयर यू विल बी राइटिंग दिस इन ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, आफ्टरवर्ड्स जहाँ भी आपको इनपुट कराना होगा यू विल बी यूजिंग दिस इन बट नॉट दिस रीड. Okay, so this is about your input stream reader class. Okay, one more thing I would like to notify you over here is that students, while your practical exam, when you are writing any question and you are using that input stream reader class, most of you are getting errors over there. The error is because you have missed out this throws IO exception. Okay, please focus over here also that if you missed out this throws IO exception, then आपका compiler आपकी इन दो lines पर आपको error provide करता है, जबकि आपका पूरा कोड सही होता है, but still you are getting an error. Why? Because you have not included this throws IO exception. Okay, so please remember, whenever you are using this input stream reader buffer reader class, then always include this class also, throws IO exception. Okay, now moving forward, see the third way, using scanner class. Basically this class we have been used in the previous all the questions, so I think this is very clear to you. See over here how to import our scanner class. Either you can import through import java.util, or you can import through import java.util.scanner. Okay, over here when you are using this java.util, basically you are importing the overall package. Yes, but if you are calling this util.scanner, then basically you are importing only a class, not a complete package. But util में आप क्या करते हैं, you just include or import a complete package of util over there in your program. Okay, now see over here, this is basically syntax of how you are going to create an object of your scanner class, and whenever you want to take any input, then you will be using this sc. Okay, basically this sc is user defined. You can define any name to this object, but you have to follow the rules of the identifiers over here also. Okay, so some functions, let us see very quickly. Functions related to integer, we are having next int. Function related to float, next double. For string we are having two, in.next and in.readline. The concept is same about in.read and in.readline, बट यहाँ पर क्या है, आपका नेक्स्ट इन नेक्स्ट लाइन है. सी, नेक्स्ट लाइन आपका तब तक रीड करेगा स्ट्रिंग को, तब तक आपको ब्लैंक स्पेस या फिर न्यू लाइन नहीं मिल जाती है, एंड आपका नेक्स्ट लाइन तब तक रीड करेगा जब तक उसको सिर्फ न्यू लाइन नहीं मिल जाती है. Okay, so for reading a word you will be using in.next, and for reading a complete line you will be using this in.next line. Okay, so these are the basically functions that whenever you are using the scanner class with this object, you can use this function only. Okay, moving forward, the fourth way in which you can take input is basically using your command line argument. See my dear students, when we talk about this command line argument, basically we are talking about this arguments you are using in public static void main. This is string arguments ना, आप अपना input यहाँ से लेते हो जब आप command line argument की बात करते हो. Okay, so see over here, this arguments is basically what it is, an array. Okay, now have a rough discussion of what is an array. क्या होता है आपका एरे? सी, इंटीजर जब आपके पास होता है यू आर हैविंग ओनली वन मेमोरी ब्लॉक, बट अगर आपके पास एरे होता है इट मीन्स आपके पास बहुत सारे इंटीजर्स या कोई भी डेटा टाइप आपके बहुत सारे लाइन में आपके क्लस्टर्ड हुए हुए हैं. ओके, एंड दैट इज बेसिकली योर एरे. ओके, सो एरे को जब आप लिखते हो तो उसके बाद में ये ब्रैकेट लगा देते हो. इन फर्दरमोर इन द अपकमिंग चैप्टर यू विल लर्न मोर डीपली अबाउट व्हाट एरेज आर बेसिकली. ओके, सो यहाँ पर क्या होता है, ये सिर्फ एक मेमोरी ब्लॉक है और ये आपके बहुत सारे मेमोरी ब्लॉक होते हैं. ओके, सो इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल, ओके, इट इज़ नॉट मैंडेटरी कि आपका ये एरे सिर्फ इंटीजर का ही होगा. ये स्ट्रिंग का, डबल का, फ्लोट का, कैसा भी हो सकता है. तो क्या होगा, ये स्ट्रिंग आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, बेसिकली आर्ग्यूमेंट्स आपके एरे का एक नाम है और इस एरे के अंदर आपके जो एलिमेंट्स प्रेजेंट हैं दैट इज़ ऑफ योर स्ट्रिंग डेटा टाइप. ओके, सो आप क्या करते हो, यहाँ से इनपुट लेते हो. जब आप इस चीज़ से इनपुट लेते हो देन आप क्या करते हो, यू आर यूजिंग योर कमांड लाइन आर्ग्यूमेंट. Okay, now regarding this command line argument also we are having some functions. Now see over here, parsing we have to do as we are doing in our buffer reader or input stream reader, but in bracket you are be using what, arguments 0, arguments 1 and so on. Okay, why this 0 and 1, see over here I told you array क्या होता है, एक continuous memory allocation होता है. ओके, तो इसका जो फर्स्ट एलिमेंट होता है दैट इज़ प्रेजेंट एट 0th पोजीशन, जो सेकंड होता है दैट इज़ प्रेजेंट एट 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. ठीक है, तो इस टाइप के आपके एलिमेंट्स यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट होते हैं. नाउ जब आपको पहला इनपुट लेना होता है तो ऑब्वियसली आप 0th एलिमेंट से पिक करोगे. यस, इन केस यू वांट टू एंटर टू नंबर्स तो आप क्या करते हो, n1 n2 डिफाइन करते हो. यस, तो n1 में आप क्या वैल्यू दोगे, n1 में वैल्यू दोगे आप 0 की. ओके, लाइक दिस वन, इंटीजर डॉट पार्सेंट आर्ग्यूमेंट 0, और n2 के लिए क्या दोगे, 1 की. इट मीन्स इंटीजर डॉट पार्सेंट आर्ग्यूमेंट 1. ओके, अगर आपको और भी ज़्यादा नंबर्स चाहिए तो यू आर गोइंग टू इंक्रीज दिस वैल्यू. ओके, बेसिकली दिस इज नोन एज योर इंडेक्स नंबर. लाइकवाइज जब आप स्ट्रिंग को हैंडल करते हो देन यू आर यूजिंग स्ट्रिंग str डॉट कैर एट 0. इट मीन्स 0th पोजीशन पर आपका जो एलिमेंट प्रेजेंट होता है यू आर बेसिकली फैचिंग आउट दैट एलिमेंट. यस, रिमेंबर नाउ ओवर हियर ऑल्सो जब आप 0 की बात करते हो तो इट मीन्स यू आर एक्सेसिंग द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट ऑफ एन एरे. Okay, so this is about your 0 1 2 3 and so on. Now let us see one example basically. Now see over here in program number 5 we are having this expression and you have to find out the value of b over here. Now see on the right hand side you are having a as well as b. Two numbers are there. आपको दो numbers की value सबसे पहले input करनी है and we are using command line argument over here also. Okay, till this line everything is same. Yes, double p we have already initialized. Now see, two numbers we need, a and b. For the first one integers we need na, so integer dot parsent argument 0. Why arguments args, because over here we have used args. Now up it is not mandatory कि आप args ही use करोगे. You can use arg, you can use erg, you can use any variable, depends on you. Okay, so जो भी आप यहाँ पर use करते हैं the same thing you have to use over here also. ओके, तो 0 and 1, 0th पर आपका a प्रेजेंट होगा, 1 पर आपका b प्रेजेंट होगा. ओके, सो दैट इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टेक एन इनपुट और द वैल्यूज ऑफ योर a and b. Okay, now just simply applying the formula you can print it out the result over there also. Okay, now we are here with the topic type of errors. Okay, so आपके errors basically 3 types के होते हैं. Okay, so those are, फर्स्ट वन यू आर हैविंग द सिंटेक्स एरर जिसमें आप अपने सिंटेक्स में मिस्टेक कर देते हो. ओके, लाइक वाइज यू हैव बीन मिस्ड आउट दिस सेमी कॉलन और यू हैव बीन मिस्ड आउट दिस इन्वर्टेड कॉमा एंड लाइक दिस थिंग्स. अगर आप अपने प्रोग्राम में एरर कर देते हैं तो दिस इज बेसिकली योर सिंटेक्स एरर. ओके, नाउ सी द सेकेंड वन, वी आर हैविंग लॉजिकल एरर्स. बेसिकली लॉजिकल एरर्स आर रिलेटेड टू लॉजिक. नाउ लेट अस सपोज कि आपको कैलकुलेट करना था p इक्वल्स टू a प्लस b एंड आपने कैलकुलेट कर दिया बाई मिस्टेक p इक्वल्स टू a माइनस बी. सो आपका कंपाइलर विल नॉट differentiate between these two expressions ना, only you have to take the differences between those two. so अगर आप किसी लॉजिक में गड़बड़ करते हैं then it is your fault and you have to correct it by yourself. Your computer is not going to do anything regarding this. So basically logical errors are related to logic. Okay, see the third one, run time error. run time error आपका क्या होता है, जब आप एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए जाते हो, जब आप एग्जीक्यूशन करते हो एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन जो आपके एरर्स आते हैं वो आपके रन टाइम एरर होते हैं. Okay, now basically let us see the examples regarding these three. Syntax error means over here see you are having these lines but यहाँ पर आपने p को इनिशियलाइज नहीं किया है. यस, तो ओवर हियर आपका क्या होगा, ये एक एरर प्रोवाइड कर देगा आपको एंड दैट इज बेसिकली व्हाट योर सिंटेक्स एरर इज. ओके, नाउ ट्राई टू रिमेंबर, जब आप अपने प्रैक्टिकल लैब में जाते हो, आप प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट करवाते हो, देन आप क्या करते हो, ये आपका अगर प्रोग्रामिंग विंडो होती है, यहाँ पर आप अपना कोड लिखे होते हैं, यहाँ पे एक बटन होता है दैट इज़ ऑफ कंपाइल। ओके, जब आप उसको क्लिक करते हो देन यहाँ पर बॉटम पे लिखा हुआ आता है क्लास कंपाइल नो सिंटेक्स एरर। यस, सो बेसिकली जब आप कंपाइलिंग करते हैं देन इट इज़ चेकिंग अबाउट ओनली द सिंटेक्सिंग एरर, नॉट लॉजिकल एरर, नॉट रन टाइम एरर। ओके, उस टाइम पर आपका सिर्फ सिंटेक्स एरर चेक होता है कि आपने अपना प्रोग्राम कंप्लीट तरीके से लिखा हुआ है या फिर नहीं है। ओके, नाउ सी द लॉजिक एरर। लॉजिकल एरर इज बेसिकली व्हाट, आपके पास एक्सप्रेशन थी p इक्वल्स टू a प्लस बी डिवाइड बाई सी एंड आपने एक्सप्रेशन ये लगा दिया। इट मीन्स व्हाट कि सिर्फ आपका b डिवाइड बाई सी होगा, नॉट द कंप्लीट a प्लस बी। ओके, सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, यू जस्ट हैव टू अप्लाई द ब्रैकेट सो दैट कि आपका आंसर ठीक आ जाए। Okay, so this is an example of your logical error. Now see the runtime error. Basically runtime error is very rare, or you can say it might happen because see, again you are having this kind of expression a plus b divided by c, and if the value of c is 0, then it means what, if you divide anything by 0 then you will be getting an infinite loop. Okay, so that kind of error you might get, and that is basically your runtime error. Okay, so these are the basic three types of error that you can encounter in your program. So you should know that how to tackle these situations over there also. Moving forward, we are having comments in Java. Okay, so as we are having three types of errors, over here also we are having basically three types of comments in Java. The first one is your single line comment. जब आपको एक लाइन में कमेंट देना होता है देन बेसिकली वी फॉलो दिस सिंगल लाइन कमेंट। क्या होता है, आपको कहीं पर भी these two backslashes को यूज़ करना होता है, and after that you can write down anything. Okay, so whenever your compiler encounters these two backslashes, it understood that okay fine, the user is being trying to use this single line comment, and it neglects everything that is written on the right hand side of this thing. Okay, the second one is basically your multi-line comment. Whenever you want to write down a comment in 2 or 3 lines, then you are using this multi-line comment. Basically how we are using one backslash then one star and everything that you need to write down over here. Okay, 2-3 lines you can capture in this. Then whenever you want to close it, then again with a star as well as one backslash. Okay, so ये क्या करेगा आपका compiler, जब उसको ये encounter होगा then it will be searching for this thing, जहाँ पर उसको ये मिल जाएगा। इट मीन्स इन द बिटवीन उसको कुछ रीड नहीं करना है, उसको कुछ कंपाइल नहीं करना है, बीच पे जितना भी आपने लिखा है दैट इज़ कंसिडर टू बी योर कमेंट. Okay, so this is basically this is your multi-line comment. Now see, third one is basically your documentation comment. It is an expanded version of multi-line comment. Okay, in multi-line comment basically we are using 2 or 3 line comments, but in documentation you can write down a complete paragraph. Okay, the difference is what, firstly you are using this backslash, then 2 stars you have been using. Okay, and while ending you are just using the single star and backslash. You are not going to use 2 star over there again, only 1 star is being used while completing your documentation comment, but जब आप इसको open करेंगे then you will be using these 2 stars over there also. Okay, now quickly see the examples. Single line comment, multi-line comment example, and your documentation comment example. I hope the concept is clear. Okay, now see over here my dear students, moving on to the fill in the blanks, the exercise portion. Please take a pencil with you, please open your book in case you have not opened it up till now. Okay, so let us see and let us discuss about your first part, that is your fill in the blanks. Now see the first one, the package need to be import stream reader class is what stream reader is used when you are basically taking input, and for taking input as well as output you will be using java.io class. Okay, this is the package basically that you need to import. Second one, dash function accepts an integer by using scanner object. Function आपका यहाँ पर लिखना है that accepts an integer by using scanner object, that is your next int. Okay, see the third one, the package needed to be import using scanner class. Scanner class के लिए आपको क्या import करना पड़ता है, you have to import java.util. Okay, this is basically the package. The keyword dash is to be used to include a package in a program. क्या use करते हैं आप, you are using import over there. So import is the answer of fourth one. Fifth one, division by a variable that contains a value 0 is called what? It is called runtime error. Runtime error. Okay. Sixth one, dash statement is used to accept value at runtime. At runtime, basically input statements is going to accept the values. Seventh one, dash function accepts a string by using scanner object. Basically string आपका use होता है by using this next function. Okay. Now in the second one also you please apply these brackets over there. Okay, now the eighth one, see, dash keywords refers to a non-returnable type function. आपका कौन सा कीवर्ड कुछ डेटा टाइप को रिटर्न नहीं करता है, that is basically your void. Okay, void means null. It is not going to return any type. See the ninth one. Ninth one, scanner ob equals to, you just have to complete the line. Okay, basically this is about the syntax of your scanner. Scanner ob equals to, firstly we are writing this new, and in bracket we are writing what? We are writing system dot in. Okay, the last one, 10th one, see, the command line argument accepts the data value as an dash of strings. We have already studied over this as an array of a string. Okay, so this is about your fill in the blanks. Now moving on to the second part with this, that is your explain the following functions. Okay, see over here, you have to explain these functions. Now the first one, I hope the picture is clear. Integer.parseInt in.readline. Let me read it out for you. I have already explained all these things. This statement accepts an integer from the user using string class and parses it into int data type using integer.parseInt method. Question number 2, char int in.read. This statement reads a character using string class and casts it explicitly into char data type. The third one, next. Next method accepts a string from the user as a word using scanner class. Fourth one, next int. Next int method accepts an int value, or you can say integer value, from the user using scanner class. Fifth one, next line. Next line method accepts a string from the user as a line of text using scanner class. Okay, so this is basically about the functions that you are going to write it down over here in the second part. Now see the third part, basically answer the following. Now my dear students, please copy the answers regarding those. I hope the answer is clear. I hope the picture is also clear as well. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Moving forward with your question number 4, basically an example you have to write down and you have to explain also. So basically this paragraph, either you just copy it out in your copy or you can write down in your own words. Okay, but the language should be same. I mean to say the language should make some sense. Just don't take a pen and write down anything. Okay, it should make a sense. Moving on to the question number 5. See over here, this is the answer. Question number 6, you have to point out two differences between syntax errors and logical error. Over here 3 आपको difference दिए गए हैं. You can write down any two of them. Okay, now quickly jumping on to your unsolved Java program. See question number 1. In an election there are candidates X and Y. Okay, X candidates हैं, कुछ Y candidates हैं. On the election day 80% of the voters go for polling. ओके, टोटल आपके कितने वोटर्स गए हैं? 80% आपके वोटर्स गए हुए हैं. नाउ आउट ऑफ विच 60% वोट फॉर एक्स. सो एक्स के लिए आपका कितना हुआ? 60% ऑफ दिस 80, जितना 80% आपकी वोटर्स आपके पोलिंग के लिए गए हैं. एंड रिमेनिंग वाई कितना हुआ? टोटल माइनस दिस 60%. Okay, now what you have to do, write a program to take the number of voters and as input and calculate number of votes X get, number of votes Y get. Okay, so see the code over here. Over here you are using scanner class. Yes, you have taken an input, enter the number of voters. Okay, so voters का नंबर अगर आपने यहाँ पर कह भी देते हैं कि 100 है. Okay, so उसमें से 80% तो आपके जो 80% वोटर्स ने आपकी पोलिंग की ना. So that is why over here we are using what? Voted voters math dot around 0.8 into total voters. Okay, so 80% आपके गए ना. So 80% of 100. Yes, these are basically 80. तो आपके 80 वोटर्स आपके वोट के लिए गए थे. Now regarding your X वोटर्स कितने थे? 60% ऑफ थे आपके जितने वोट के लिए गए थे. So basically 60% ऑफ दिस 80, नॉट दिस 100, दिस 80। ओके, सो यहाँ पर आपने ये कैलकुलेट कर कर इसके अंदर स्टोर किया था ना वोटेड वोटर्स के में, सो दैट इज़ वाई द सेम वेरिएबल यू आर यूजिंग ओवर हियर वोटेड वोटर्स। ओके, नाउ आपके पास टोटल नंबर ऑफ वोटर्स हैं, आपके पास एक्स नंबर्स ऑफ वोटर्स हैं, तो आपके पास वाई कैसे आएगा, टोटल माइनस एक्स करके, एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी आर डूइंग ओवर हियर। नाउ इन दीज थ्री लाइन्स वी हैव टू प्रिंट इट आउट एवरीथिंग ऑन द स्क्रीन। आई होप द कोड इज क्लियर। Moving on to the question number 2. See, a shopkeeper offers 10% discount on the printed price of a mobile phone. Okay, you are having some kind of mark price and आपको 10% discount के लिए उसने दिया है. So what is a CP? Basically CP is your mark price minus 10% of your mark price. Yes? Now, however, a customer has to pay 9% GST on the remaining amount. तो आपका CP जितना हुआ उसके ऊपर उसको 9% GST भी लगाना पड़ेगा. तो GST हमेशा एड ऑन होता है, so you will be getting CP plus 9% of CP. Okay, this thing you have to do. Write a program in Java to calculate amount to be paid by the customer. Now this is the final amount that the customer has to pay. ओके, सो आपको क्या करना है, यू हैव टू टेक दिस मार्क्ड प्राइस एज एन इनपुट, देन उसके बाद उसका आपको CP कैलकुलेट करना है विद यूजिंग दिस फार्मूला. ओके, एंड फाइनल अमाउंट कैलकुलेट करना है आपको आफ्टर यूजिंग दिस 9% GST. ओके, सो दिस क्वेश्चन, नाउ सी दिस question number 3. A man spends half of his salary on food, 1/15 on rent, and 1/10 on miscellaneous. Okay, and the rest of salary as his savings. Okay, so write a program to calculate and display the following: money spent on food, money spent on rent, everything you have to calculate it over here. Now you have to take salary as an input. Okay, now understand the concept. आपने क्या किया है, salary एक input लिया हुआ है. Okay, so money spent on food will be what, 1/2 of salary. Yes, money spent on rent will be what, 1/15 of salary. Yes, and money spent on miscellaneous will be how much, 1/10 of salary. Yes, all the three things you have calculated. And for the fourth part, money saved, it means what, saved money कितनी होगी आपकी, your salary minus food minus rent minus miscellaneous. Okay, so this will be your basically saved amount. So all these four things we have to print it out on the screen. The question is very simple, you please try it on your own. Moving on to the question number 4. See, write a program to input time in seconds, display the time after converting into hours, minutes and seconds. Okay, in case you have entered 5420, then आपको उसको hours में convert करना है, then minutes में करना है, then उसको seconds में करना है. Now let us see how we are going to convert it appropriately. From here we have entered our time. Yes, so for calculating the hours आपको क्या करना है, आपके टाइम को जस्ट डिवाइड करना है 3600 से. वाई 3600? बिकॉज यू आर एंटरिंग द टाइम इन सेकेंड एंड आपके एक आवर में यू आर हैविंग 3600 सेकेंड. सो दैट इज़ वाई जितना आपका क्वेश्चन आएगा, यस, आप इसको 3600 से जब इसको डिवाइड करेंगे, सो जितना आपका यहाँ पर आपने टाइम जो भी इनपुट किया है, द क्वेश्चन दैट यू गॉट इज़ बेसिकली आवर्स. ओके, सो आवर्स आपके यहाँ पर सेव्ड हो गए. नाउ द रिमाइंडर दैट यू विल बी गेटिंग, आप इस रिमाइंडर से आपके मिनट्स और सेकेंड्स से कैलकुलेट करेंगे ना, एंड दिस रिमाइंडर इज़ बीइंग कैलकुलेटेड बाय दिस वन मॉड्यूलस 3600. सो आपकी REM इज़ अ वेरिएबल जो आपका रिमाइंडर कैलकुलेट करेगा. ओके, अब इस रिमाइंडर से आपको मिनट्स और सेकेंड्स फेच आउट करने हैं. नाउ फॉर मिनट्स, सी ओवर हियर इन दिस लाइन, दिस रिमाइंडर should be divided by 60. Why 60? Because in a minute you are having 60 seconds, that is why. Okay, so जितना भी क्वेश्चन आएगा those will be your minutes, और जितना भी आपका रिमाइंडर आएगा basically those are the remaining seconds you are having. Okay, so that is how you are going to fetch it out, hours, minutes, seconds separately from the time. Okay, and this is a line in which you are going to print it out everything on the screen. I hope the code is clear. Moving forward to question number 5. See over here, the driver took a drive to a town 240 km at a speed of 60 km per hour. Okay, later in the evening he drove back at 20 km per hour, less than the usual speed. Now write a program to calculate total time taken by the driver. Now my dear students, see over here, you are having a distance of 240 km. Okay, while, see over here, this is the starting point and this is the ending point. Okay, you are having a distance of 240 kilometer. Yes, now while starting the journey, while moving forward, he used 60 kilometer per hour as his speed. Okay, he drove back at 20 किलोमीटर लेस देन द यूजुअल स्पीड. सो 20 किलोमीटर लेस देन आपका यूजुअल स्पीड से होगा, मीन 60 से वो अगर उसने ड्राइव किया था, सो ही मस्ट बी ड्राइविंग एट 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर. यस, नाउ यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द टोटल टाइम एज वेल एज द एवरेज स्पीड ड्यूरिंग द होल जर्नी. Now what you have to do for the first part, total time taken by the driver. So total time means what, you are having this formula, that is distance equals to speed into time. Yes, so time you are having what, distance upon speed. Total distance, total speed. Okay, total distance you are having 240 plus 240 while moving forward and while coming back, 20 to 40 kilometers. And for moving forward, his speed was 60 kilometer per hour, and while coming back he drove 20 kilometer per hour less than the usual speed. It means 60 plus 40 you are going to get as a total speed. Okay, and 240 plus 240 as a total distance. So that with this formula you can easily find out the total time. And for finding out the average speed during the whole journey, you are having this formula, total distance divided by total time. Okay, so this is how you are going to solve this question number 5. Moving forward to question number 6. Write a program to input two unequal numbers. Display the number after swapping their values in the variable without using a third variable. Now my dear students, you are having two variables, a and b. Now let us assume this a's value is 76 and b's value is 65. You just have to interchange their values without using the third variable. Okay, now let us see how we are going to do it. See over here in these two lines you have entered the first number as well as the second number. Now see over here in this if condition, if your first number is equal to your second number, then directly you are going to print it out that invalid input numbers are equal. Okay, this thing you can do. Now you can return. While returning, जब आपका return होगा तो it means what, he just आपका इस चीज़ से सबसे बाहर आ जाएगा, and all these things will not be executed. You can use system.exit also in place of this return. This will also work fine. Okay, but you cannot use break over here because break is used only in your looping construct, and here we are not using any loop. Okay, and if your first number is not equal to the second number, then what will happen, first number equals to first number plus second number. These three lines of code you are going to solve it out. Now see again, let us say you are having a and you are having b, first number and the second number. Okay, no, better to take it first number and your second number. Okay, now let us assume first number is 10, second number is 20. Okay, see the first line, first number you are changing, first number plus second number. Okay, so 10 plus 20 is 30 and the result is going to store in the first number, so 30 is going to be written over here. Now 10 is being replaced to 30. For the second number it is going to print it out what, first number minus second number. So first number is 30, second number is 20, 30 minus 20, it is going to give you 10. Getting? Now regarding again the first number, it is going to give you first number minus second number. So 30 minus 10, you will be getting what, you will be getting 20. Now see over here, initially we are having 10, 20 as our values. Now the value got swapped out, we are having 20 and 10. So this is how you are going to do swapping without using the third variable, and using these two lines you are directly printing the output on the screen. Okay, moving forward, see the seventh question. A certain amount of money is invested for 3 years at a rate of 6, 8 and 10 per annum compounded annually. Write a program to calculate amount after 3 years, the compound interest after 3 years. Okay, for both these things you are having the formula. You just have to put the formula in the question and find out the answer. Now quickly see the code over here. See, over here you have entered your principal. Yes, now in these float R1, R2, R3. Three rates we are having basically. Now my dear students, double is basically default data type, but whenever you are using this float, so after the value you just have to write down this small f. Okay, so it denotes that you are using the float value. Okay, nothing else change will be there, just you have to include this small f. Now see, simply we have applied the formula for amount and the formula for CI as it is being given in the question, and then afterwards we have printed out everything on the screen. Okay, see the last question, that is question number 8. The coordinates of 2 points A and B on a straight line are given as x1, y1 and x2 y2. Write a program to calculate the slope m of the line by using this formula. You have to use this formula and you have to find out this slope. Okay, so basically the coordinates x1 y1 x2 y2 you are going to take as an input. Now basically four inputs we have to take. Now see how we are going to solve it out. We have input x1 x2 sorry x1 y1 x2 y2. Just simply apply the formula. Line scope equals to this formula. Okay, and then you print it out everything on the screen. So with this question, my dear students, your fifth chapter is also completed. Okay, I hope you are having no doubt in this chapter because we have already studied very deeply in the ninth class, and over here I just take a rough introduction and a rough overview of the chapter with the exercise portion. Okay, so basically your chapter number 1 is completed with this video. Okay, and this chapter number 1 complete is going to come in your unit test. So my dear students, you are having much more time to prepare for unit test number 1, so prepare accordingly, and in case you are having any doubt then let me know regarding any chapter, regarding any question. So from tomorrow basically you are going to have your summer holidays, so enjoy well your holidays, and yes, please don't stop learning. Give at least 1 or 2 hours to your studies daily. Okay, so all the very best my dear students. Happy holidays and goodbye.